Hello and welcome to another of our retro travels. This time we start in Aachen, Germany, and we are taking a train again. But this time it's not to France and it's also not to Germany, but we're going to Belgium, namely to the capital of Belgium, which is Brussels. And we arrived here in the late October of 2022, so it took some time for me to finish this video. The trip went pretty well, and we arrived in Brussels on time and in this shiny ICE train. The weather was pretty good as well for late autumn, that is. And well, we saw a lot of nice Belgian or Brussels specialties, waffles, cakes, and what have you not. And apart from the usual tourist traps, which we tried to avoid, but our hotel was right around the corner of this, we found, for example, a few nice shops with arcade games, and they also sold variety of Pokemon merchandise and other stuff, as well as lots of different sweets. And of course, comic books, because Belgium is famous for its comic book scene, and you can definitely dig in here and find everything you want. However, in this shop there were more video game related toys than anything else, although there were a couple of Smurfs which I was really expecting from Brussels. But our actual goal was the Pixel Museum in Brussels, and on our way there we found this gigantic Mario Kart course painted onto the sidewalk basically. And I think this is a rather nifty idea. And probably you can do like races with your bicycle here or something. The actual museum is located at the Turn Taxis venue, which is an old building complex. And when we arrived, there was actually a Comic-Con hosted there, which we didn't know, and it was completely full of people. And we thought that we might not even get into the museum. Luckily, the museum was exactly on the other side of the building and no one was there. Basically, everyone was at the Comic-Con. So in we went and here we are. The exhibition covers everything from the early 70s onwards. It starts off with nice old televisions, which are of course the basis of video gaming. The exhibition is basically sorted chronologically, so you start off with a lot of Pong-style gaming machines, the Odyssey, Magnavox, etc., etc. And of course also stuff from Atari, the 2600 for example. The displays are nicely made with a lot of merchandise and things from the era. And I think this will give you a great overview of what gaming was like back in the day. And of course there are also interactive displays where you can just play the games, like for example this Vectrex, which I have never played before. But there are less interactive stations than for example in the Helmond Home Computer Museum. But of course this is to be expected as this is mainly a museum. It has a huge handheld collection, one of the biggest ones I've ever seen, with all kinds of handheld devices like the Lynx here, but many more less famous ones as well. Near the end of the exhibition there's an area with pinball games and stand-up arcade machines, which are often not in service but also still nice to look at. Some were playable, but it's no comparison to, for example, the arcade that we visited in Karlsruhe, Germany. But nevertheless, it was a nice conclusion of the exhibition. There's of course much more to see here than we have shown you. A lot of merchandise that you can view and also buy, because there's also a kind of shop museum store at the end where you can buy vintage toys, retro things, etc. And if you want to visit the museum, it is mostly closed at Mondays and Tuesdays, but there's a calendar on their website, so you can look up the opening times in advance. Prices are between 9 and 12 euros, depending on how old you are or if you have any disabilities. And it's located at the Turn Taxis site in Brussels. So that's it for today. Please share, like and subscribe as usual. Leave a comment. Have you ever visited Brussels? Do you want to visit Brussels? Either way, I hope to see you in the next video and thank you for watching.